borders with the adjoining country of Nepal and the neighboring district of Lakhimpur, Shahjahanpur and Bareilly. Buried in the timeline of a history, the story of this town was started as a small Afghan settlement built by a Rohilla chief Hafiz Ahmad Khan in 1749. Later on, with the consolidation of power as a regent of empire, it was an administrative headquarters of his vast territories. Two beautiful monuments located in the western quarter of the town, Gauri Shankar Mandir and Jama Masjid, are the witness of its bygone glory. Both monuments are the living example of a syncretic culture evolved during the time of Rohilla rules. You can see still today the cusp arches, niches and the taqs with the tall minarets in the gateways have a close resemblance with each other. The mosque is a three-dome structure with a palki-shaped veranda and a huge house in the center. On the sideways, there are small open chambers that served as a madrasa during that time. On one of the corners is a grave of first Imam Sayyid Khwaja Nuruddin Bukhari, and there has been a story and a narrative. That Rohilla chief Hafiz Ahmad Khan himself left a place on the other flank, but unfortunately he died in a battle at a place located close to a present town of Bareilly and was buried on a location 5 kilometers north of Bareilly known as Bakarganj. Other place located across the river Khakra and connected by an old 18th century village known as Chandoi is a place of antiquity where it is said the grave of Hafiz Ahmad Khan's mother Maryam Zamani Khan is located, and the locality is still known as Gher Khandar, and many ruined structure and graves can be found in this locality. On the other side of the village located other graveyard known as Bibi Ji Ka Gher. Afterward, with a short reign of Awadh, the place came under the control of Britishers. The four mighty ruins of old gateways known as Darwazas was first structure built by the Britishers in mid 19th century, and the area is known as Drummondganj. Close by is a gateway and a park known as Simon's Park. 130 years before, in 1885, the railway station was also a part of a colonial legacy. It was connected on the Bareilly-Lucknow meter gauge rail route or a rail network that was built in 1884. Now a Pilibhit junction recently saw some facelift and it has been converted into broad gauge. A beautiful building of Drummond's Government School was built up in 1915. Presently town is spread over an area of 68 square kilometers. You can see the ruined Havelis and homes of mighty Zamindars that are also the part of colonial legacy. One of the foremost among them were Hindu Baniyas and Muslim Rains, who are the two communities who were created as Zamindars during the time of British Raj. Still, we can find in the village landscapes the Havelis of Rains and Hindu Baniyas in the city that can be seen at the different places in the town. One of the foremost among them was Raja Lalta Prasad Bahadur, a great philanthropist. This building shown here was among the one of them built in 1903. The present town also houses the beautiful veggies market, wholesale grain markets, along with among the many old eateries in the town, one is of Naresh Omelette and a Lassi Wala. It was started as a humble shop and a small corner by Naresh Kumar Agarwal in 1960s. More than a 48-year-old omelette corner. Still one can find one of the best omelette in the town at Naresh Snacks Corner. The omelette sandwich with the bread is served with a pumpkin or Ganga Phal chutney. The next come is Bisalpur Mishthan Bandar. It was started in 1964 as a sweet shop. Then come in a line many street food eateries that are quite common in the North India. Some of tikki sellers and golgappa sellers in the town have a legacy of more than 100 years old, selling the street foods on the main road of Pilibhit. One of them is the Jalebi Wala. This is selling a sweet corner, making a jalebi This shop was started by one Kamaluddin almost 110 years before. Among the many Sufi sons, Shaji Mian is one of the foremost, who passed away 117 years before, and each year his Urs is celebrated by his followers, where both Hindus and Muslims join together. Many street stalls and makeshift shops appear in the town. One of them is a Badayuni Halwa Paratha that itself has a very old legacy. Also we can see many Son Halwa shops. So here is the glimpses of Shaji Muhammad Sher Mian Urs, where we can see people are busy in passing by the streets, visiting the shrine and doing the shopping on the many of makeshift shops. This is a picture of a Sonari Masjid with the background of Raja Lalta Prasad Bahadur Old Ayurvedic College. Here, this is one of the few mosques that came up after 1950. In the alleys of Pilibhit, we can see the old professionals like cobblers, street dyers. Here we captured one of the street dyers in the Ramsuru Park commercial market. He is dyeing the dupattas by mixing it with the handmade colors in a big bowl and boiling on the burning furnace. Now this is a picture from a Galla Mandi, where you can find different varieties of the lentils and the grains sold in a wholesale market. The beautiful agrarian landscape of Pilibhit is spread around with 1200 villages. It's a fertile land that has a good production of rice, wheat and sugar cane. We captured one of the small videos from a village home, where we see the bottlefish plant is nourishing a honeybees moving around it. Here is a short video from a Lalithari sugar factory that was also established by Rai Bahadur Lalta Prasad in 1909. This was one of the earliest agrarian industry that was established in the region. Now with the changing time, the new mode of commutation also appears. These are known as eco-friendly tuk-tuk that was introduced in the many small cities in the towns of Uttar Pradesh. Recently, the 130 years old railway station got a big facelift, where we saw the change from a meter gauge to the broad gauge, and the new wall murals of a Gauri Shankar Mandir appeared on the wall, and some of the older ones are replaced. This is a picture of St. Aloysius College, an Anglo-Indian college established in 1979. And here is a water body that's located in the front of Drummond Center College. And now come up one of the most beautiful treasure of a Pilibhit, that is its forest area. It's spread in an area of around 784 square kilometer. According to the archival documents, till 1950s, almost 60% of the district was covered by a thick forest having a diverse varieties of flora and fauna. One of the most commonly planted trees there is of sal and sagon, and in between have a different wild varieties of flowering plants, and also it housed a different type of bird species that approximate around 556. Recently in 2008, it is declared as a 50th Tiger Reserve of India. Presently it has a population of around 39 tigers. In addition to the tigers, it is also a home to the leopards, swamp deers, wild bears and wild swines. 2 years before, Pilibhit make national headlines due to one of the tigers that has came out in the human habitations, and that results in a killing of more than 10 human lives. A few weeks ago also it hit the national headlines when one of the cub of tigers was killed by villagers who consider it as a threat to their life. So this was a small documentary that covers the historical perspective of Pilibhit along with its rich flora and fauna. Hope you will like it.